5 minutes on the clock. It is 2200. So it is night 40, about to become day 41. Let's just do a quick rundown of all the stuff that's going on. I should get that going. Plenty of iron. No reason to not have that going. No, nothing in there. Bullets are all still chugging away from the last batch that I did. I have like over a half hour of those. Nothing in there. Yep. So while this is lag spike, that's typical every time I come up here because it's loading the rest of the map. While all that's going and doing its thing, let's just add these bullets into there for now. I don't know about all you, but seeing all those extra bullets makes me feel all warm and cozy inside. I should turn the generator on. And we'll switch that on, which will put power all the way to these relays, which are off currently. And as soon... Yes. That'll turn all of those... Start recharging all of those battery packs over the course of day 41 and 42. Which will be good. Don't need any glass. I got food aplenty. What I need is to make another purchase run to go drop all of this unnecessary stuff off and snap up whatever else the traders might have that I can make use of. One up. And that's got some time. And then I also need to find somewhere to see about getting rotten flesh to just kind of keep building. Whoa, hello. What is up, new people who are coming in? Hi, and welcome to the stream. We're not quite to the Blood Moon yet. We got about one 24-hour in-game day left. So it's, 11th hour preparations, but it's night of day 40, so I can't do too much outside of my base. I picked this up to drink it. Literally picked up my drink and forgot what I was doing with it in my hand. Maybe people have something when they say that people that are over 30 are old. Nah, couldn't be. Absolutely couldn't be. You're all wrong. 30 isn't old. Stop that. I know you're all judging me. I can sense it. Let's see. Out of concrete, so I can't do that. So I got 30 minutes on this leg repair that I have going from an oopsie from earlier. I could harvest that, but why? I have so much food, it's not even funny. But yes, the entire idea behind my base defense, for those who may not have been with us before, the zombies are all going to be funneled right here because of the fact that it's an open passage. Any that do get caught in the barbed wire may fall into the mote of spikes. It's kind of my thing. I always put a mote of spikes. But they're going to come up this way and immediately get triggered both of these SMG auto turrets, which will shoot them. If they somehow manage to get past that point, they will hit this tripwire, get electrocuted, and both of these shotgun ones will start shooting them. They'll get stopped here. They'll get stopped here. If they somehow make it past all that, they have 2 spinning blades to try and pass straight through. You actually have to walk between them both. So if they somehow manage to bypass that, they will step on these and start getting shot with darts. They'll get zapped here, and here, and here. And if they somehow make it past all of that, I'll be standing right here to shoot them. And that will put them down. Guaranteed. Both these doors will be closed. It is now morning of day 41. I have 24 and 12, so I have 36 hours, a day and a half, until the blood moon begins. I can't go to the trader until 6 or so. I really would like to find where, I would like to find more rotting flesh, just to, expand that, but I really don't need to. Pretty much everything, my last 36 hours could easily be dumped into doing nothing but, military-based preparations. And that's good. Just collecting up the last of my bullets. I could have swore I had boxes going somewhere. Oh no, they're right there. Okay. So I have another half hour on some hollow point bullets that I'm making for my rifle. That's going to be fun and delightful. But how is repair is looking good on that. We're good there. I don't really need the concrete. What? It's actually really hard generally to know exactly what I need, because I am literally at that point in the game where I have everything. Like, legitimately everything. Might as well grab all that in my inventory right now. That can actually turn off. I don't need that. And this can now turn off. Bullet casing. And bullet tip. That's a half hour worth of bullet tips right there. Yep. That's a fair number of bullet tips. There's nothing there that I need. But yes, I created a fortress out of a church because sanctuary and all that, It was the most secured location I could think of at the moment in day one, because I was like, it has a wall around it already. And I just kind of improved it. Where could I go and what could I do? If I checked these, there's no traders out there. Which is very disappointing, although I've only found 4 traders. There should be a 5th one, I just haven't found them. I could go explore. Now the question is, by air or by land? Creepy music. Thought I heard something, but I'm just, just losing my mind. Not a big deal. Nothing of value. Ha! Self-deprecating humor. We will go by air. Let's see what lies beyond the burn zone. Ascend! This is almost out of gas. That's bad. I'll probably have to land this section very soon. And now I can't see. Fantastic. It's dark, and there's clouds, and I know there's going to be trees. Ah! Kid. Thank you. So that happened. No. I love having the scope on this thing. Absolutely love it. Nope. Up! Oh my gosh, go up, you stupid thing! Up! Worst vehicle ever! Literally can't see anything. I knew I should have gone by car. I had thought about the fact that I needed to go by car, and I told myself no. And now I'm paying the price for not going by car. Oh my gosh, why is it turning the wrong way? I hate this thing. I hate it. I hate it so much. Turn, you stupid thing. That's it. Nope. Up. No, not again. Enough of that. No, I'll just take the car. Awful. Absolutely awful. Everything about the way this gyrocopter works is just absolutely terrible. Oh, it was water. Okay. Yeah, and you mosey into the next zone, and all of a sudden you can just see perfectly. You know. Not a big deal. And I need to go around the other trader. Otherwise, I will get teleported even if I'm in the air. Because that makes sense. Ugh. Well, that was irritating. It feels like I've been here before. Okay, so that was pretty much the edge of the map anyway. But I was too far south from where I wanted to be. We will take the truck and not deal with that again. You know what they say, slower but safer. I'm sensing the game is trying to tell me something about just staying put. You know? I can't quite put my finger on the exact means. Oh my gosh. I can't quite put my finger on the exact ways and means it's trying to tell me to just stay around my base. But it seems to be the case. Over 5,000. Anywho, let's try this with a little less falling into a hole. Or getting clipped by a tree in the air again and again and again. The hell is going on now? It's coming right for us. Good, going the right way. For once. I need to take the next right. Dog! Yep, keep going straight. If I had a second player, I would have them be sitting there in the car with the map open, giving me directions. But as I do not have that, we make do with what we have. That is a tree. Stuff. According to the sounds, I was gunning it backwards and it wasn't doing anything. This is one of the worst areas in the game to try and pathfind through. This is a nightmare. It's not even the blood moon. This is already terrible. There we go. Until I get caught on the next thing. This is why off-roading is dumb. You find that one rock that has just the god power to be able to flip your entire car around. Come on, get up. Go, go, go. There we go. That truck's not getting up that. Something is coming right for us. Bob. Oh my gosh, smoothed out ground? What is this? Okay, well, now that I know with the surety there's nothing over there. At least pretty fair surety. Let's look for a mortuary or a hospital or something that I can get some rotten flesh out of. Yep. So crazy. It's coming right for us, blah blah blah, smack. Hey look, it's a church just like the one that I had taken control of. You know, there might actually be rotten flesh in there. Got him. Oh, this is not exactly like the church that I had. This one is actually noticeably different. I guarantee you every one of these. Come on. Hey, buddy. Burn! Burn in the fires of your own torment. I'll take some free stuff. Hi. No. No. Anyway. Nothing in there of any value. Backpack? No. Ah, what we have sought. This one is actually quite decidedly unlike the one that I turned my base into. I like the one that I took better. This one's a lot smaller? A lot smaller. Yeah. Oh, cool. Something that'll stack. What to ditch? Come on, useless. Yep. Perfect. Something for me to not have to care about. I do like the structure of the way it's built, though. Sham and dog food. We could sacrifice the polymer. Keep the animal fat. Yeah, that just was gonna go back instead. Boom. Back of the headshot. No. Cool. It's level 5 steel leg armor. I can put that in there. And we can do that. Perfect. That is not my car. Sure, I'll take my crossbow back. Anyway. Mildly disappointing that I couldn't find any rotten flesh. However, wasn't particularly surprising either. I have noticed that on this small map, rotten flesh is notoriously hard to find. So I'll just go over to the trader. I'll park the car right here. Because if I recall correctly... Locked, yep. I still got it in-game about an hour. So let's just go hunt around on foot, see what we can find. Is this? No, that's gotta be a regular house, right? There's no way. Yeah, this is just a big old regular house. Mailbox. Eh? Oh. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. Mainly because they're not, you know, red. Case in point, the fact that the crawler isn't even worth a crossbow bolt. That is the lamp. Worthless. Garbage paper. Paper that serves literally one purpose, and that's to make shotgun shells. It's just not that amazing. Keep out sign. I do what I want. You don't tell me what to do. You're just a sign. You're not a cop. Might as well just look in the car. Duct tape. Nah. That was Zombie Lady of the night. Hi, buddy. Take 3 bullets. Times 8 scope. Because of course, we will now finally ditch the animal fat. Any up there? No. Oh, cool animal skull. Might as well take that. Beef ration. That's a chicken ration. There we go. Nothing worth really bothering about there. CP, not CH.
Trader Joel's is now open.
Hooray, the trader is now open.
Okay, fucker. You respect the shop rules.
Language.
We'll get along just fine.
Language, jerk. Language. So that. 30,000 coins. Not a bad haul. And 2 chainsaws that I can't sell at this second. We'll take the bullet casings. Always the cement mix. Whole bunch of books that I have. This is already all the stuff that I sold him. Books that I have. Blah, 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 blah. Solar bank. Black site mod. Ah! A book I do not. 2 books I don't have. Or I should say a book and a recipe, but you know, same difference. Take those darts just because.
Be careful out there. You wouldn't want to get hurt.
Let's see. Aha! Okay, storage. Shift. Nope, that did not complete the Batter Up book series, unfortunately. But there's still 3 more traders to check real fast. I did not see that shopping cart in the road. That would have been bad. Oh, Shamway Factory. Shopping cart! Ah! That was some carcass in the road that I could have grabbed, but I forgot that I did not. Now we need to hang a left. That's too much of a left. Ah! Evasive action! Evasive action! Nope, I was right. My brain tried to overshoot it. Ooh. Don't mind me just picking up all the roadkill along the way that I can. Because there's really, currently, not a much easier way for me to get it.
The apocalypse isn't so bad.
Inventory. There you go. There's 6,000 with 2 chainsaws. Lock picks. I mean, I could, but I don't need them. Coal for gunpowder, sure. Bullet tips, sure. Repair kits, I have plenty. Brass, sure. So arrows. I need bolts. Blade. Ooh, another Batter Up book that I don't have. Ooh, Urban Combat book I don't have. Ooh, Art of Mining book I don't have. Nice. 3 for 3. Awesome. That That made
You
it
come back
all worth
sometime.
it. Not finished. Finished? Not finished. So I finished Urban Combat, which means silencers have no damage penalty. Cool. So when I actually, if and when I start using anything that has a silencer, it takes no damage penalty for it. Nice. And I just got 2 books for Batter Up, so I'm now 6 of 7 there. Nice, nice. And the Art of Mining, 6 out of 7. Yep, as per usual, book 4 eludes me. Always. Nice. Cool, a quick ol' U-turn. And then we hang a left. And you can see the compass at the top center, that really dim gray box above the E. That's our destination, which is another trader. Picking up every ounce of roadkill along the way that we can. Every scrap of rotten flesh I can get my hands on is another farm plot, potentially. Which, I know, there's really no need for me to be dumping so much into it. Ah, it's coming right for us! But, you know, I'm constantly of the mindset that you need to be thinking about the next 3 things you need to build in these kind of games all at the same time. You never think just 1 step ahead. You have to think at least 3. And especially in this game, you gotta think. I'm not thinking about just surviving the Blood Moon in a day and a half, but the hypothetical Blood Moon 14 days after that, which, while not gonna actually happen on this file, it's just the habit that I've gotten into that I'm stuck with. Ah, coming right for us it is. Just pulls up, hops out of the car, stabs the stuff in the ground, jumps back in and keeps going. It would only be funnier if the car didn't slow down. Oop. I hit that way too often. There we go. It's a chicken!
Something you like?
Cash was just saying except parts. This guy always has the most disappointing collection of items. Like, literally, none of that was anything useful. Secret stash? Anything? Solar bank. All books that I already have. Switch electric fence. I mean, I can grab these, but they're, like, only so-so. Wow, a level 6 solar... 3 level 6 solar cells. That...
Gratitude.
That would
and
explain
safe
why.
travels, friend.
That most certainly explains why the rest of his wares were lackluster. Ooh. Now we have to take the have to head back to the base and our good old Trader Jen. Dr. Trader Jen, as she says. Just pop over here onto this road. Then as soon as we can, we'll overland it right here. Just gotta go around this. I didn't hit anything. There was literally nothing there to hit. There we go. Freedom! Freedom! Whee! The whole getting caught on every single little bump in the ground is painstakingly annoying. Ow. It should just mow down those little trees. Okay, so we're on the back end where the factory is. So we hang a hard right, and then take the first left. Yoink. Then the first right. And then the second left. Then it should be a straight shot to the last trader that I am aware of. Yep. The annoying part is I think on day 42 I have to do it again because it's a multiple of 3 day, and the traders reset their inventories every 3 days.
What are you buying today?
What does she have to buy today? I'll take that coal. I could take the rebar, but I don't really. Whatever. It's not like I don't have an excessive amount of money to spend. Thanks for that, Alan. For everyone else, those are the amazing emotes you can get access to if you subscribe. Remember, Prime is free. Nailgun schematic I already have. I could take this oil shale. Might as well grab that nitrate. And this is then all stuff that I sold to her. Yep. Secret stash. 2 level 6 solar cells. So many of these all over the place. Bullets that I already have a whole bunch that I can make. 2 books I already have. 4 more books I already have. And a schematic I have. I could get 3 blade traps, but I don't have anywhere really to put them. 3 more schematics I already have. Might as well take more iron darts because less I have to actually make.
Thank you so much. Hey, come again.
You know, you have a job that's close by.
I think I've got a job or two. Hurry back soon.
I'll take the
and I'll have a
water
nice
work.
reward for you.
Reverse on that. Go over here. Take all the active bullets, explosive. Actually, I was able to take all of it. I'm so used to that thing being 100% full. There we go. Some shotgun shells. Don't have a full stack of that. Pistol ammo. Explosive. That's about all I got there. Rest of this goes downstairs. Goes there. That brass goes there. Nitrate. Put the nitrate back up. Well, nope. Need the nitrate still. Alrighty. What bullet to make? What bullet to make? Yeah, more hollow point. It's like the only one that makes any sense to make. So the nitrate we have. Nitrate, coal, gunpowder goes here. Bullet tips go here. And then casings hypothetically go there. That one's still working. I require this dirt, and we'll go over here. And 7 more farm plots. Because, why not? Why not? Oil, let's take that. Might as well get that thing really revving up and going. Set that in there. Construction materials, add that. Parts go here. Food supply. Medical supply. Ranged mod. Empty jar. Bones. The nitrate. The rotting flesh. And finally, animal fat. And then, of course, 30,000 coins. Okay, those are all chugging away doing their thing. Let's go do that quest at the waterwork. Just take a second to see how's that doing. That's doing just fine. Because the generator that you can hear right now is recharging the batteries in the battery banks. Waterwork is over there. You can see it on the exclamation point getting closer and closer. And nope, we go on the next right. Right here. I hope they fix that in 20, because that's getting really annoying. Okay. So now we activate the quest, because I've already harvested this area. I did that on purpose. Duct tape map, might as well. Nothing. And then we walk out this way. chop down the tree. That's not what I decided. There we go. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. My crossbow doesn't care about your stupid regen abilities. No, there's one more, and I can't see it. Huh. Oh my gosh, level 6 machete. Level 6 machete. Yes. Oh, that's glorious. I should now modify and take these out. Modify and put them in. Awesome. Now I just need a level 6 M60 and I will have all of my major items at the maximum level. Lock on the big chest. Do 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 do. Is it gonna go the distance? It did. Level 4 compound crossbow. Not necessarily amazing, but not necessarily bad either. Level 6 sledgehammer. What's that? The Hazmat Jacket? Not only protects you from radiation. Huh. I have never gotten that before. That's somewhere out there, because I have... I have an item to retrieve, and I have to kill all the zombies. There we go. That's another room clear. I'll take the lead there. I will always take concrete powder. Always. Short iron pipe? Nope. I'll take both of those. A level 6 auto shotgun. What is this? Ah, that's where it's hiding then. I have tons and tons and tons of glue. I don't need more. Smack! I will always take wood because I always have a stack of it on me, just in case. We go here, and we look in that direction. I don't... Yeah, there's nothing over there. And we default over here, we search that, there's nothing in the rubbish. Go to here, we search the courier satchel and grab the quest item that now cannot move from that spot in my inventory, which is the exact reason I set it where I set it. Worthless. Nails, which I can make really easily. Nope. Don't care about either of those. And there's a zombie right here. Anyway. Scrap armor. Not worth picking up even at level 6. Double barrel shotgun recipe. Got her. I wonder why they chose crocodile sounds for the zombies, you know? Ooh, rotten flesh. I'll take that. Even if it's just one. Yeah, I can see it, I can get plenty. Because I have a full working farm now. Now I need nothing past this point at all behind me. This is fireman's axe and a bellows. Why is it that I can never find the dog before it gets aggroed? You know? Because I know there's a dog. There always is. But I can never find it. See? I heard it, but I can't see it. That will be free rotten flesh though, so can't complain. 2 empty jars, I'm good on that. 17 more rotten flesh, yay! Ha! He was in the chair. That's funny. Nope. Nope. There's that. And roll of duct tape that stacks with what I got. Okay, so that's everything that was over there. That's there. So I need nothing behind this point. No head feel. That nor you. They're always being creepy in the bathrooms, you know? I'll take a brass trophy. Don't care about either that. Level 6 iron legs. Huh. I'll swap that for crossbow bolts I don't use, nor do I sell them. Because they're not worth selling. And a pewter trophy. And there's no desire to go beyond this point on these stairs here because of mines on the ground. Another brass candlestick. More free brass. We will swap that singular animal fat for it. Ah! I didn't follow through enough. I followed through too much. There we go. All that for useless scrap gloves. I am disappointed. Most disappointing. Worthless, and this is the upside of there. Nope. Go down. Go down. He did not want to go down. I believe that was also the last one, too. Yeah, that was the last zombie. I'll take that concrete powder. We'll go over here where the last hidden box is. Another level 6. I can ditch the cornmeal for the auger. The iron for the axe. And those for the nail gun. I was only going to sell those knuckle parts anyway. I never use that build. Nothing. We already did that. So yeah, that would be everything. Awesome. And just to show the nonsense, my level 6 iron crossbow does more damage, and it's just all around better than this compound. I don't understand it. Okay, so we need to U-turn. Actually, we can just go this way. Back to the trader. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Huh. Huh. Got a little air on that. That's funny. Huh. Could you, like, stop? The truck just kept rolling. It was so dumb. Let's see. So that'll give me 1 slot. That'll give me 2 slots. And, oh, I don't need that. That'll be a third for the coins. Perfect.
Well, aren't you a sight? I knew you had it in you. Good work.
Level 4 machete, worthless. So I will take the ammo, and I guess the mod. And now we will sell. Fireman's axe. That. Keeping the auto shotgun. We can get rid of that. That can go. That can go. That can go. That can be broken down for crossbow parts, technically. That. All of those. Both of those mods are pretty worthless. I really don't need a second one, but I'll hang on to it anyway. Whatever. Yep, that's about
Thanks
it.
for the business. Stay safe out there.
Fantastic. Easy. Free XP, free monies, free stuff. Can't go wrong with a good easy quest. Another 150 there. Another 90 there. That goes there. These get pulled out. Why am I not just scrapping all of those now? You know? It's not like any of them really gives me anything. That's everything. Meow. And down the last set of stairs. Go, and that, which actually necessitates me pulling those out again. There, 40,000. There. 4 more farm plots because I can afford it. Dirt. It's there. Rotten flesh and the nitrate. Down from that is the bones and the duct tape. Anything else? The armor, let's put the hazmat suit in there because I don't know what to do with it. I've never seen it before. But that there, I figured I had more of them. I forgot about the auto shotgun. Oh well. Parts, lead, brass, lots of brass, lead, station mods, I need that over here, like that. The 200 mix. Oh, I need small stones. That would explain. Put that there for the second. 11. We'll give that a half second or two. Needed to get it to 480. That would give me a round number. There we go. Out of the bullets. Chugging away. It's got about another stack worth in there. I'm going to be heavily laying the hurt on all these zombies in a day and a half's time. Rifle. Hollow point. Hollow point. Hollow point. Level 6 auto shotgun, which will need mods. Ooh, do I have... I have the regular one. I do not have the drum magazine, though, which is unfortunate. So unfortunate. So I have 11... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Isn't there one that's not finished over here? Yes, I'm missing, what? 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All that coffee's still growing, but that's okay. 6. So if I started back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Uh, 480 divided by 10 is 48. Divided by 2 is 24. 23, 22, 21, 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Now, last thing I need is right here. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 3, 2, 1, 0. Then I can put another prop here and here, and eventually here, because this is going to come out to a certain point and connect with all of this. So this is going to be on one side. I think, yeah, this will connect to... Ooh, that's a problem. Whatever. The idea will be here, then these 9 only, those 2, and then these 4, and the rest will just get broken up and used. Well, and these 4, obviously. And then this long spot right here will be used for another crop. Possibly potatoes, because then I can just spread out corn and super corn there, or something. I haven't decided where everything goes. And I'm probably not going to get the opportunity to because the file will end before that, but you know. It's having the goal to accomplish it that is what matters. There's material, plant fiber, iron overflow. Who desires my attention via phone? Okay. I don't know why people notify you about a stream that they're doing multiple days in advance, but okay. Check on the bullets for so more minutes. Fantastic. So much hollow point ammo. Look at all that glorious hollow point. Oh, it's only hundreds? Oh, well, that's lame. Still, 300 hollow point ammo for the pistol. Nothing to sneeze at. Ah, I didn't want that many. There we go. 180 divided by 10, 18, divided by 2, 9. It's 9. I know what I can use it for, but I require 2 augers and the gas to annihilate a thing. So now it's time to go break up all those concrete platforms right here. Conveniently, also giving me more stones. I just remembered I have a point to spend. Didn't I just get something? Yes. Lucky looter? Lockpicking? Salvage? We'll do lucky looter for now. The music that actually starts when you really listen to the repetitive hits is quite bizarre. Halfway done. The sheer irony is that doing this is going to help me actually replace it because of the small stones that it's giving me. One could say it's recycling. Last one! Yay! One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And another skill point, which means I also get the salvage operation. So I need 2 here. 4 for the 2 here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total. And the entire section here will be done. Awesome. So 12 times 2 times 10 is 240. So I need 240 concrete mix to finish what I want. And I can make that and then some. Perfect. Let's grab a trio of repair kits, actually. Fix this, this, and this. Saturation drink. Drop that off. Fill both of these up. Oh, wait. Wait. That's 3. Fuel capacity 9. Interesting. They have slightly different fuel capacities. I keep forgetting the fact that not all items are the same. There's a small amount of RNG, random number generation, on each tool or weapon as it appears in the game. Hence why I have an iron crossbow that's better than every composite crossbow that I've seen so far. Like, literally, they can't compare to it. And that's the last of the hollow point ammunition. I believe my armory is stocked sufficiently. Stocked and ready to roll. As it were. Just look at that. Look at that ridiculousness right there. How absolutely glorious it is. Let's just grab the sniper and the shotgun, just because. And I will grab the pump shotgun, and let's modify these weapons based on what I have and what I can make while that concrete's going. Just so that I don't have to modify my weapons at the last minute and can just grab them and go. Ranged mods, what do we got? Increased when aiming. From the hip. Times 8 scope, because yes. Sawed off of muzzle brake. Perhaps. 3, I need one more for that. Oh, silencer. Definitely. Yes. So we're going to modify and take everything out of that shotgun, because this pump action can get sold. Modify, so we'll take that and that. And cripple them. Can't have the laser at the same time. But if I wouldn't be aiming for the leg. But there's also zero reason that I would be firing from the hip on a sniper rifle. You know? So we'll call that good for the second. So I can't use either of those on that actually, so done. Easy fix on that. That already has it. And the silencer overrides the muzzle. So what could I make? What mod could I make for it? Can't do barrel extender. I could obviously make another cripple, but I don't feel like that is useful. Probably the magazine extender would be the best choice, to be honest, for the sniper rifle. That is my thought. Retracting stock. When firing from the hip, no. Yeah, best choice is going to be the extended mag. Iron glue mechanicals double spring. Double spring. Mechanical. And glue. It is this one. 1 minute for that. Laser sight. 4 grip because I can't use the other cripple 'em choke mod. Ooh, what about that instead? Modify, take that out and put that in. Because this firing from the hip, I don't care about that. I would always ideally be aiming. Yes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Boom. And a pair of repair kits for it. Oh my gosh, just look how glorious that is. Love it. Let's see. Grab some shells. Just to make sure that it's loaded. What do I want in the sniper, though? Yeah, I will have the sniper use the armor piercing. I need to take this and this and get those upgraded, I believe. Would be the right move. By upgraded, I mean I need to get more mods for them so that they function properly. Along with this one. Yep, because I have biped mods for all, a foregrip mod, and a muzzle brake mod for each. Yes. Increases damage range and aimed accuracy, but makes it more unwieldy from the hip. That will counter that. What if I do that? Oh, that. Full auto. No. First. What if I modify and instead of muzzle brake on this one? Oh, I can't do it on that one? Why? That's weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Whatever, I guess. That can only have 2. This can only have 3, and he gets 4. That should do it. Now to get them set up with the correct ammos each. So I have several ideas. At least one of them is getting hollow point. Maybe 2. I haven't decided. Because I definitely have to have one that's at least one using each. So we'll grab this. Yeah, I think we'll have him do hollow point. Oh my gosh, the hunger. Yeah. We'll make up for these ones lesser damage outputs by giving them the hollow point, I think, is the play here. And then the main one that I'll be using will stick with the regular bullets. That seems to be the way to go. I believe that is the right idea. And we're gonna roll the dice. Oh, look! Money. I never get the ones I need. Oh, well. Night 41. We're just over an hour and a half in. Which means we're almost to... We have we have the rest of this evening, and then day 42. And then it'll be Blood Moon. Oh, still going. My mistake. I literally just need a level 6 M19 and I'll have purples across the board. Which is great. I do wish I had that drum magazine mod though, because that's pretty nice. Shotgun tube extender, that doesn't help me. How does MAG give me shotgun tube extender mod? I don't know. Sometimes stuff just doesn't seem to make sense in these games. Still making more. Well, I have more than enough for what I need. Take that. And we'll take that. And we will go hit these last few areas that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2. One, 2. And 4 here. Oop, I missed. Perfect. The thing is, it does seem like this is a perfectly natural spot to be able to cross around here, I think. So I feel inclined to do this spot here as well. Officially night 41. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. Which separates these into 2 smaller plots. Fantastic. And the rest of the concrete, we'll just go into upgrading the inside of these walls, which took like all of 3 seconds for me to run out. The 256. Ow. Itchy, itchy ear. Ah. Now what to do? Should go check on the status of all of these. Fully recharged. Barely any gas taken. And I'm going to switch this on. So the next time I turn it on, well, not yet. perhaps not quite yet. That's odd. That's always the one odd thing, is that when I recharge the battery banks, they kind of stop working completely. I don't know why. Then I have to actually go around and manually turn all the lights back on. There we go. It's the most bizarre thing. Oh, I wish it was 42 already. The waiting is what's killing me. It's okay. As soon as it flips over to 42, I can do another once around on all the traders. Don't know why that was hard to remember. I wonder if I still have all those huge collection of spears. I think I sold them all. Oh no, I still got them. You know, that weapon type that I used to use a lot of until I just stopped using it. Baton. Just a club. Rid of all of that. There. Good there. And we're good there. Let's see. So what I want to do is actually repair all these weapons. Then I'm going to modify them with all these parts I don't care about. Put the muzzle brake on that. And second full auto one. A biped mod that I don't need, and maybe the time state scope I don't need. And that. So modify, I'm getting that, and that. Hit that and that. Oh, I see. This one will modify and get that one. We'll modify, get those two. Oh, they can't. I see. Oh, but that one can take full auto. Yikes. Full auto Desert Vulture. That's spooky. But neither of those could take that, which, to be fair, I should have expected that. To be fair, should have expected. Ooh, yes. Sawed-off shotgun. Shotgun tube extender. There's the biped mod. That one can't use that. Choke mod. And can't have a scope on a shotgun, obviously. I get the feeling that that's going to be, yeah, directly in contest with the other one. I'm going to hang on to that. That's 933. All the other ones sell for significantly more. Yes. It is now day 42. 42. I have 290 of the concrete mix to upgrade these blocks around the inside of the outside wall. So the inner outer wall. And yes, I said that as confusingly as possible on purpose. You're welcome. Oh, that's all of it. Just constant need for more concrete. It never ends. It never ends. Somehow I severely doubt that the bearers have respond. I can wish, but I doubt it. Coffee still has not grown. But I have what? 5? 5 times 5 would be 25 coffee beans that I could make into the seeds required. Just to have it. Just have it all planted down and go, ready to go. Do I have coffee seeds before? No. And that leaves exactly 100 coffee beans. Fantastic. Awesome. I'm just going to leave all of these like this because inevitably I'm going to probably... I think the hops would be the best spot. Would be the best one to go here. Because, you know, you have that and that. Then, I don't know, back here. I think I was going to put blueberries back here or something. or yucca, or I should probably put the potatoes over there, to be honest. This one is going to be corn, because corn is the most used one. I think I can put the blueberries here. Then I have the two different teas, the yucca, and then finally the cotton that I have very limited use of. And then I'll divide these into corn and super corn. So that's how that's going to play out. Yes. And then that'll literally be plots for everything. You know, in the hypothetical that I ever actually get to that point in the game. Very unlikely, unfortunately. So it's 1 in the morning of the day of nightmares. Hello, welcome back. Or welcome to if you are new. The blood moon approacheth. I am about 20 in-game hours away from it. And then things are gonna get crazy. For them, because it's a giant trap. Who knows? Maybe... That's what I should do. 5 and 250 each, so 1, 2... About 3,000 of those I should make. 3,000 darts. That way all of the dart things are full. That's what I should have chugging. That's not... I said dart gun, not fart gun. There we go. Not a big deal. Just 9,000 iron. Most of my iron. Nothing to be that overwhelmingly concerned about. I could try to make more casings, but it's just not worth it. I could use more small stones, but again, worth. What I will do, though, is finally make those look like the rest of everything else. There we go. Kind of wish I'd put more light down here and possibly made use of more of this room instead of literally clustering everything all in one area, but you know, what else is there to use down here? There's not a whole lot of stuff, you know. My tunnel to nowhere. I was trying to hollow that chamber out like this one did, but this one hollowed out nicely, and that one kind of led to the outside area, which means hypothetically you could keep digging all the way up to the surface, I think. So I gave up on that real fast. Ah. 4 hours and 3 minutes in game until the trader's open. Then I can run around and do that. I mean, to be fair, there is actually something I could do. I got 2 treasure maps that I can follow. I should do that. I actually physically need the treasure maps first. Zero reason not to chase after this buried treasure when I have nothing better to do. That is an iron rock. I did not see that. It's coming right for us. Ah. My goodness, all the zombies are out today. Well, night. Seriously, who buries their treasure in the middle of a road? That's just rude. That thing of cotton right there totally spooked me into thinking it was a zombie because I looked up and I saw the orange right on top of the defined figure. It got me. It's gonna be in the road, isn't it? Oh, no, it's gonna just be right here. Well, that was easy. I didn't expect it to just be right there. No. There we go. Wow, 9,000 coins plus bullets. I will always take bullets. And we will slap that on that. And yay. I can always make use of more clay. Next one. That away. Let's make sure to give the hole a wide berth. Hey, a free 9,000 coins is nothing to sneeze at. Ha. Ah, it's coming right for us as I turn. It was coming right for us as I turned to hit it. watch out for that rock. Okay, this spot I do not mind annihilating. Let's see. Ah, found it. I don't know why they always bury and lock it. That seems like putting a hat on a hat almost. You know, just redundant. Easy. Let's see. There we go. Wow. Level 5 about a turret and the money. I don't require either of those. Where am I closest to? Oh wow, it had me go that. I went that far out for these? Wow. The wise thing would probably be to go to the faraway trader, loop back around between the nice and the rude trader, and then back to Jen, just to be efficient. I have all my money with me, yes I do. 20, 40, 55,000. Daytime, 2 hours, 5 minutes. Until traders open. We'll just cut along this way, open a new little section of the map. You know? Not a big deal. Why do I always want to go exploring when I'm in the truck? I should go exploring when I'm flying, because that'd be a lot easier. Oh, that's right, because, yeah, that other area is awful. That's right. There we go. I'm free! Road. It's coming right for us. That joke never ceases to get old for me. Never. To be fair though, I am the kind of person that would totally beat a joke to death. Because I continually find it amusing long after anybody else does. pretty sure I totally just ran her over, but whatever. Let's just take a look, see. Anything of value? Fire station. It's a Shoney's. Gas station. Music store. That is a bear. Unfortunately, the bear is alive and therefore of no interest to me. Because I don't want an alive bear, I want a dead bear. Or an undead bear. An underbear? No. Something like that. Oil work. And a radio tower, which is completely pointless. Barn. And a Shamway store. I feel like I've already explored there, unfortunately. There is a special recipe from Shamway places, the Shamway secret recipe, that allows you to actually make the can of sham. But, you know. Not that overwhelmingly vital, you know. More one of those things that's just incredibly useful for, you know, the one time you could use it. Eh? No, bad soldier. This house is just under construction. It's not the one that has the bear in it. That's the one issue with it. Because I could use the houses that are under construction, but I need the specific one that I know has the ginormous undead bear in it. Or as I like to lovingly call it, the ever-flowing font of rotten flesh. That's gotten so much easier. I really need more steel bolts. I have already searched the scar. Somehow I had a feeling that that would be the case. No. Free honey. Paper. Gross. There we go. Always gotta keep on shifting. I could kill the chicken, but it wouldn't give me anything useful. An egg, at the most, is what I could expect out of it. At least reasonably expect. Because it's literally just going to be animal fat. Wow, a wheel. Animal fat, feather, and raw meat, which I have so much raw meat, it's not even funny. Oh, this is the layout of the very first house I ever explored solo. I was terrified. That was so long ago. Just to see he had to drop down into this hole, and I didn't want to, and so I fell. And I didn't know to expect them to just pop out of everything at the time. It was pretty amusing, looking back. And go on. The trader's open now. Cloth fragment, don't need. Stuff to sell. And outside. I'll always take free ammo. Bonk. Double bonk. So many super bonk. I can sell that. Split's always useful. Glue. I don't understand why glue is considered quote-unquote medical. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Ah, that's what I was missing. Whole bunch of parts. Now, what did I say? What did I say would happen? Wow. Ditch that, take that lovely, glorious upgrade. Why is the game just handing everything to me on a silver platter right now? Does it know? I think it secretly knows. It knows the end is nigh. I can ditch the iron and grab that. And we can ditch that and take that. And switch like that. And switch like that. Put that up there. Yep. Now we do a little once around, little spin. Leave the trader's this way. Duh. Should have looked for the truck. Just wow. I have to find another mod to slap in this thing now. Maybe a silencer just for the giggles. Do I have a... No, because I have the muzzle brake on there. Who knows? Can I even make the silencer? No, I can't.
Now, what can I get you today?
Yo, I need you to stick it up. There we go. So much stuff. And something banging outside, but I'm gonna ignore it for the moment. Another wheel, but I don't need them because I can make them. But getting one for free is just, you know, one of those things you don't pass up. I'll just take that because I can slap that on anything for extra stuff, for extra damage. Wheels, marksman. Burst mod, mag extender mod. No reason not to grab that. Burst, no. Triple. 2 crucibles.
Gratitude and safe travels, friend.
There we go.
Peace be with you, my friend.
That. And away we go! Off to the other friendly trader. Ah, it's just one. Go straight this way. Ah. There we go. Come on. Come on. I was unaware that you could get thirsty just by putting the pedal literally to the metal. Come on. There we go. That's a good Betsy. Uh-oh. Nope, 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 nope. Aha! If I had the time, energy, and wherewithal to care, I would smooth out causeways to be able to get everywhere. Come on. Is that... which direction am I aimed at? I'm going the wrong way anyway. I was wondering why it was being a lot more difficult. I need to go this way. You know, where the road is smooth and the driving easy. It's coming right at us. Up, and it has registered that yes, the 42nd day is a blood moon, as we had already foreseen. I need to record those. That was a weird sound. That was also a weird sound.
All prices are fair here.
No reason not to take those, because there's just nothing. Gunpowder, just because. Nitrate, oil shale. Reflex sight, red blade. Nope, nope, nope. The recipe for, and the actual gyrocopter accessories. Solar cell, low level.
It's
Nope.
been a real pleasure. You watch yourself out there.
Come on. There we go. And to the rude trader we go. Language warning ahead. That's a solid house to defend. And dodge trees. That is the stuff. I don't like that it's really hard to see any of the things like right in front of the truck. You can either see ahead of you, or you can see like immediately in front of you, you know? Stop hitting my truck.
Okay, fucker. You respect the shop rules, and we'll get along just fine.
If I had the ability, I would probably get rid of this guy. In a very explosive fashion, I believe, is the correct phraseology I would go with. All that stuff that I just sold him. Solar cell, steel crossbow bolts. There we go. Resupplied. Solar bank, reflex sight. Books I have. Stuff that I had recently sold. I could get the reflex sight. Yes, actually.
All
that would
that
be...
damn gawking at goods, and that's all you buy?
I don't like this guy. Like, at all. Not even a little bit. Him I will not miss in this file. Not in the light. Not in the slightest. You know, there might be rotten flesh in here. Da 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 da. Oh, there's some brass. Brass and bullets, always acceptable. Is that really it? There's no way. There's no way that was it. It's way too simple. There's gotta be some sort of secret somewhere. I will take that egg, though. That is a tiny, tiny, tiny POI. Yeah, that's it. Crazy. Huh. I really would have thought that would have been bigger. I'm actually kind of disappointed. Anywho, back to Trader Jen. And we just gonna be cruising. Cole's Books. That's a bookstore. I'll take damage, you know? Steel Club, level 6 military. Book I already have. Grain alcohol is not useless. Well, that was easy. Was that really it? Just in and drop down and take? Huh. That was a really low level POI then. Certain objects really just need to be able to be annihilated when a truck hits them at full speed. You know? Stumps, small trees, zombies. Why am I tired in the middle of the day? What on earth is wrong with me? See, all that is keep. Keep. Yes. Yes. No. Yes, no, yes.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
$20, $40, $60, 70,000 coins. I don't need the nails. That's worthless to me. Armor piercing shotgun slugs. Yeah, okay. We'll take the lockpicks just because I can. Pretty sure I sold all of that. 2 level 6 solar cells. I can only afford one of them. No books. Cripple a mod. And more books that I already have. So we will take level 6 solar cell. And cut
Remember
all of
me
that
if you
glorious
need
cash
medical
in half.
supplies.
And now to go and place this somewhere it will be safe. Behind the trader. And we will pull out the gas and refill. It's not full. Uses so much gas. But moving that over there is important because I'm probably not going anywhere for the majority of the day, at least not we're too far. As you notice, I am not taking off with it. I'm just using it to skid along the ground and get that also behind the trader. Nice and safe. Because I don't want the zombies running over and attacking either of my vehicles. Or, you know, even worse, getting shot at by me while next to my vehicle and me hitting my vehicle. That would be even worse. Let's see. Do I want this rifle? Or that rifle? Those bullets there. Add that. Add that. Shotgun shells. Anything else in the gun department here? Yes. That's a separate thing. All of that shift over. Rifle. I need to take these out and I need to make a complicated decision. 84. 113. 26. 63 though. So That's that. I might hang on to the 3 as my third weapon. I'm not sure. Let's get everything sorted and away. Wow, that spooked me good. So 1, 2. Pretty sure I just lost 500 of them somewhere, but I am not going to question that because that just right spooked me. Parts. More parts. Any more parts? No. Construction materials. I'm going to set these in here as construction materials for the moment. Ah, I missed some bullets. But that's okay, we're heading back up there shortly anyway. Food supply. Egg. Tuna can. That's all. Monies! Brass and brass and brass. Lead. Thought I saw a lead trophy in here, but I guess not. Iron. Oh, I think all the iron got refunded, maybe? I don't know. I don't think it got wasted, though. Go. Wheel will count. Grain alcohol, it does not have a spot in there at the second. That was why. Oil shale. Bones. Gunpowder, rotten flesh. Bunker buster. Actually, that can go up here. This, and this can come down here. That goes there. Nitrate. Animal fat. Nothing there. Okay. So all that's going to go up. That's going to go further up. Okay, so now we have all that. Modify. We're going to want definitely that. Oh, I can't use the reflex sight. Or the structural brace. That's annoying. Well, magazine extender, definitely. Can't use any of those. Can't use any of those. I could use that. That one could actually be better than these foregrip mods for it. For like all of them, actually. The weapon light would be nice. But I think that's one of the ones that I cannot make. Yep, don't have it. Neither do I have the laser sight, so that's both of those are right out. So the laser reflex sight doesn't work on them. That's unfortunate. But I definitely want to consider the cripple mods. So if this is the one that's going here, and I'm 58. How is the 3? Yeah, this is what I am seeing. That they're supposed to be this way, but they're actually this way in round damage. You see? I don't get it. Okay, so the structural brace just doesn't work for any of them. Which is unfortunate. This one can use that sight. That can use that. That can use that. So I want to get away from these foregrip mods. I don't even know reduce recoil, which is okay, but, you know. Probably put that on this one. And that one. Do I have more of them? Probably I do not. Because I want to ditch these foregrip mods. So I need 20, no, 15. So this is done. That has the only 2 it's allowed to have. And I can make the muzzle. Nice. Who doesn't have it? Who needs it? 2 of them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oil. Four parts, 10 and 20. 4. Boom. Two of those. And then I want, what was it? It was the cripple. That's for all 3. Yes. So that's 30 and 15. Ah, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30. 15. 15, which is couple mod. Yep, and 15 glue. Oops, that goes there. Three crippling mods. So that's going to be a crippling mod here, a cripple and a muzzle, a cripple and a muzzle, and that's it. Oh, that's right. He also gets these instead. Well, I'm gonna have an extra. Let's do that. Put that oil back. Put those back. Go. And you will have regular bullets. And the 6 will also have regular bullets. Cripple them. Nope, you don't get that. You get... Nope, you don't get that one either. Don't mind me, I'm crazy. Just a lot. Very crazy. Haha. I'm getting too focused in and I'm neglecting everything. Ah. What do I need? I need supply books. Good. And now I myself am out of points. So I can stop with the nonsense of, here, have these. There we go, and then cancel that one. Perfect. That, and then glue is over here. Back. I have insufficient ammunition to fill that one at the second. I can't believe the literal last minute I got the last 2 major items that I needed at level 6, so I have an entire inventory worth of level 6 items. It's ridiculous. It's crazy is what it is, really. There we go. Rifles. We'll put that in there. That goes there. 1,400. Lock. Yeah, I missed some, but they're mostly filled now. Oh, now I have a level 6. Dang it. I thought I was only going to get level 5s. Oh no. Actually, just for the sake of argument, I need 340 of them. Turrets aren't going to do a whole lot of anything for anyone. Could have been making bolts if I really wanted to. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I believe it might. We got what? 5, 6, 7-ish in-game hours? There's nothing really worth purchasing. There's not a whole lot left worth rafting. Do I have a point to spend? That could kill a couple of seconds. I do have a point to spend. Lockpicking level 3. Yay! Now I just need 1 point in demolitions, and then I can move on to saving up for something else. Probably a good idea to then buff fortitude or agility. I think I need agility so that I can start doing light armor. So what do I need here? Like 7? Yeah. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8 points to get that so that I can make the level 5 light armor to sell. Blood Moon storage. That. Those. Machete, the axe, the pick, the shovel, that, and that. The wood, the lockpicks. Probably just do a double portion like that and triple for water, just because. Ditch all of that. Yucca fruit smoothie. Meat stew. Gumbo stew. There we go. And kits. 3 bandages is probably more than I need, but we will grab an extra set of 5 just in case. Single antibiotic. 4 painkillers. In the unlikely event that they actually break through. My recogs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't need any of those. Nope. Nope. Well. Yeah, we're gonna need some repair kits, definitely. That should be it as far as that's concerned. I actually want 2 extras because I want to repair these immediately. Excellent. Yep, I need interact with the start trap, unlock, place, lock. All ammo has been locked. Still locked. Perfect. Running around for final preparations well in advance of when I actually need to check them. Perfect. I kind of want to swap them for Hollow Point just because. But I don't have sufficient, really. Anyway, rifles. But that one, that one, that one. Uh-oh. 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 Something. Uh-oh. I think the game's crashing. I don't know why. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know why it's not. Yep, it just exploded. $3 and I don't know why. 3 hours. It really did want to do that Blood Moon, I guess, but we will jump back in and see where it bopped me back to. How bad the damage is. Give it a moment. It's loading, and fun pimps, and pre-caching. I really hope it doesn't do what I think it's going to try and do, and just have an issue and crash 4 or 5 times until I restart my computer, because that would just be the absolute dickish move that the game could pull at the last moment. Just going, yeah, not going to happen. I would be annoyed, let alone anyone who watches this after the fact. 12, 16, 1500, 1505. I don't know what that implies time-wise, but that is today's date. 15, 12, 13, 14, 15, 3. Oh, okay. It saved as of 3 minutes prior, so I only lost 3 real-life minutes worth of activity. Which is like, what, putting my stuff in the bin, coming upstairs, and the darts being done? I think that'd be about it. Hopefully the game doesn't, spontaneously explode just to load in. And it's getting warm in here. Ah. I love that. I literally have a remote for my fan. It is so wonderful. Just to not to have to get up and walk over there. I can just go boop, and it's on. It makes me happy. Initializing world, and it is not making any noise, but I think that's generally normal. Generally normal. Creating player. Building environment. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is great. I was right here still checking all the stuff, so no, we're good. I don't know why it exploded, though. Am I skipping? No. Okay. So now we'll grab and drop that one there. That one there. That one there. That one there. Fantastic. So I need the armor piercing for the sniper. I need hollow point for the other two. And then I need regular for my main two. I think I had just enough. I probably don't even need these painkillers, to be honest. And then we put that there and there. Put that there. That one down. And I literally have just an inventory's worth of nothing but bullets. I am absolutely okay with this. So what I do need, though, is these two switched. Because I have regular, regular, hollow point, and armor-piercing sniper. So if I'm going to be tucked right about here... Oh, that's glorious. I can snipe them as they come up the bridge on that side. Just, hello. And then when they get closer... And then in the event they actually get into melee range. The only thing I'll have to remember is that I can't walk in front of these. You know? That would be bad. Just a lot bad. Oh. Well, that was an annoying little scare of the game deciding to have a little heart attack. It was overwhelmed by how amazing this night will be. The correct response for us to encourage it is to stay whelmed. You ever notice that people are only ever overwhelmed or underwhelmed? Why can't people just be whelmed? I could hypothetically stand here, but I feel that's too close. And, you know... My goodness, that scope is really good. Pew! Right off the top of the trader. That allows you to see just so far. These are off, which is exactly as they should be. As soon as it becomes night, I will turn that second switch on. And the universe will begin to unravel for the zombies. Don't mind me, I'm just doing a very slow, melodramatic once-over for the entire base. And all the time spent in this. Just this little room was like the bread and butter of my entire operation for the longest time. I only ever really made use of one of my now 3 chemistry stations. I had absolutely way too much space to actually need to do anything at the bed spot that I picked. and then never walked back over here for anything. So funny. It'd be hilarious if I find just one little panel in this building that I just hadn't broken up yet. That would be really funny. I had high hopes for this, but I'm baffled that there weren't 2 block wide doors. They only come in 3 or 5. Because I wanted to plug this area up and make it a secure retreating bunker. That just didn't happen. The first house that I completely tore my way through. Hey, I wonder. Nope, I can see the car, but I can't see the zombie. That would have been hilarious if I could see a zombie through one of these windows or something. The motive spikes. That took so long to build. Actually, don't want to waste the armor-piercing rounds that are connected to this. I don't recall if I ever actually went inside that fire station. I just kind of ignored it. I mean, there's doors are broken and open, so I have to have gone in there. But the zombies just broke through it so many times, it was just not worth it. My first mining hole, which is like all a giant mess. The second one's all the way over by that house. I think if I do this, I can see it. Nah, it's not loaded in. It's like right there, though. So many hilarious shrieker deaths from that. Really funny. Ooh, lightning strike. It's getting close. That's the warning. The other file that I was playing with other people, I was going to turn that garage area there into an actual garage. We've not played that file for ever and ever because I just don't have time. Between streaming for all you peoples, wonderful as you are, and, you know, the other side things that I do, plus work, I haven't had time to just play a game with other people. Not really, at least. Maybe an hour or 2 here or there, but nothing substantial. First area that I got water, right over there. Awful schools. Hey, look, bird nest. Okay. I never did find a good, stable source of rotting flesh. I think that's one of the game's few flaws, is that there's certain resources that you actually need in abundance that are really hard to get. Ark kind of has that problem too with pearls and obsidian and other things. Yes, we hear you. I'm actually really pleased that I found Zanmar in the midst of this and was able to not copy his electric concepts, but be reminded that they were a thing and to actually use them. So much coffee. You know, other game files, I used to drink coffee so much. I literally didn't drink anything except coffee because I wanted the energy boost because I was always gathering resources. And it just never happened. Never happened on this file. Didn't need it. Everything's gonna change in A20. I can sense it. actually not quite sure where I want to stand, you know? Like, I know I want to be in my corridor of death toward the back here-ish. But, yeah. Wait, I wonder. Ah, I'm blind. I never noticed that if you actually just sit and watch, the clouds actually roll by like they're supposed to. Like, a lot of the artwork in this game is really well done. And Alpha 20, it just gets better. I guess I'm just having a sentimental walkabout. I never did get to use these solar banks. I had a plan of coming up here, breaking out one of these sides and replacing with the solar banks. And then using those connected to other things to take the place of the generator here. But it just didn't happen. 9:34. Output 2. Oh, that's curious. Straight down from here is where my bed is. Okay, so that means my crafting room is legitimately that back corner. Makes me wonder if there would have been a way to dig up and make a stairwell into what became my armory. It used to just be an empty building. Didn't think much of it, didn't use it for a whole lot. And then I'm like, you know, I need to separate some stuff out. So I put all of my weapon-based stuff in there, and it's kind of worked out. It can be kind of a pain to have to separate everything out. But, you know, I like me my organization. Never did get steel from all these poles. Didn't really do a whole lot with steel, period. Vehicles, and that was about it. A couple of mods here and there. Ow. That was an odd sensation. Stinging right on the end of my collarbone. If it seems like I'm just wildly jumping from topic to topic as things pop into my head, that's because that's exactly what I'm doing. Welcome to ADHD, right? So we come to it at last. The great battle of our time. The world is changing. Who now has the strength to stand against the armies of Isengard and Mordor and the union of the Twos? Together, my lord Sauron, we shall rule this Middle Earth. We have only to remove those that stand in our way. It will begin in Rohan. 2100. And the lights go on. As timed. I always had thoughts of putting extra turrets here when this didn't have a roof on it. But, you know, just didn't happen. I have over 4,000 rifle bullets. 2,000 or so hollow points. And about 170, 180 armor piercing. All for the same weapon types. Might be armed to the teeth. Just might be. They ever... helms at half. Near full, near full, near full, near full. Yeah, we're good. Cigar. Never took off the cigar. Didn't need to. By far the best face item, because that +1 strength is ridiculous. Just sitting here waiting for the doom. As it has been doomed. Oh, yeah, that totally hinders my line of sight. By design, of course. There's still a little bit of sunlight, though. But just look at that. I can't see to even be able to wield this properly. That's why the ×8 scope is actually not the best. The best is probably ×4. Might even just be the ×2, to be honest. Now we just need it to be raining. That's the one thing that we need to make this cinematic worthy. Like, the lightning's all well and good, but no rain. There's no rain. And the sun's still there, so you need to go away, Mr. Sun. Huh. I couldn't refill it, even if I wanted to. Pretty sure. We're not quite there yet. Nevertheless, I'm going to be right here, and if I hear the howl, that lever is getting flipped on. If not, I will do it at 2050, maybe, or 2150. If I don't hear it within the next 2 in-game minutes. Ah, hello, everyone is here as we approach the bloodiest night. We have 1 in-game hour left, and then it begins. What up, Josue? You showed up at the exact right time. We are 1 in-game hour from all nightmare breaking loose. And then we will see if the Corridor of Death performs its job adequately. And if not, well, I have an inventory of rifle ammo that will keep me alive. Just imagining that he's got this backpack that's just filled, just digs his hand in, there's just rifle bullets. They're all loose. They're just loose in there, and he just pulls them out and shoves them in like lightning. Ah. 45 in-game minutes. At about 50-55, I will flip this lever on, which will activate the Corridor of Death, and then I will descend into the end of it, and we will watch and see how well this nightmare works. Nightmare. For them, of course. And we will sing as we slay, except not really. The one downside is I put this ×8 scope on my rifle. I literally can't see anything because of that stupid haze. Just a slight problem. Slight problem. I wonder if I can see the moon anywhere. Nope, no moon. Which means, of course, the blood moon is a misnomer. Intentionally misstated. You feel that chill running down your spine? The fog's rolling in. Ten in-game minutes, and then we will hit the lever. Oh, the game crashed, so well, Blood Moon's starting, so the Twitch interactions are disabled anyway, but the game had a small spasm earlier and actually kicked me out. That's why that's disabled right now. I mean, I could re-enable it, but it'd make no difference because the activities are disabled during the Blood Moon anyway. And, you know, final session of the file. 1 minute. Defense is going on. So it begins. 4, 3, 2, 1. So it begins. I think the turrets are murdering them. Or they're trying to run along the edges. They're hitting all my barbed wire. That's what's going on. Well. Okay, it's functioning as required. They're running along the sides of the hole to get at me rather than running around it completely. So that'll slow them down. That'll definitely slow them down. This is most disappointing, actually. There it is. Now it's starting. Now they're finally starting to get over here. I like that they have a good pace on their ammo consumption. I feel like I should have been putting more turrets around. This is actually very confusing, if anything, because the last time, the previous Blood Moon, when all this was up, they ignored all of it. Just gonna waltz over this way and try to bring them over to the corridor of death, because I am quite disappointed that they're not coming from the correct direction. Oh my gosh, there are so many broken ones that they're running across. Huh. I'm gonna go over here and try and trick them. Nice. Oh, I can't make frames. Great. I actually cannot get back in. Wow, I actually made it back in my base. That's funny. Nice. I'll let the turrets have their fun. Oh, they've barely used even 100 of their ammo yet. Nope, I literally have to stay over here until the Blood Moon's over. so that it continues to come this way. Point. Rocket Man. Next, agility points. 57, so I need 4 points, 8 points, so forth. Yep, definitely more SMG turrets all the way around would be the way to go. They're so strong. Is that? The hell is that? Oh. It just wasn't written properly. In the hole you go. I can't decide if this or the first Blood Moon were more disappointing. I really can't decide because this is absurdly easy. Like, once they get on that bridge, they're done. Oh no, not barrels. We got one shotgun shot. Yes. I feel like I should be out there harvesting all this, but it would be the wise idea. Yeah, this combination of the barbed wire out there would just work so well with turrets. Yeah, if I just spaced out turrets every other instead of lights. It's a pity there's no rifle turrets. Could you imagine how OP'd that would be? Oh, those shotgun ones fire really fast. I say no to bile spitters. No. I overprepared. Like, a lot. I believe that is the sign of, that is the sign of the Blood Moon survived. Well, I don't have room to pick up the loot at the second. So we're gonna go here and do that. Actually, let's just take it a step further. Because I don't need any of those. Anything that remains will just get smacked in the head. Oh, cool. Come on. Right there. Wow. Minimal damage. The most damage I took was like right here where they were just being dumb and coming a weird direction. The other big hole is like right here. And after that is... that's it. Completely survived. So yeah. Crisis completely averted. Crisis, I said. Base untouched. Completely untouched. Well. I hope that was an enjoyable little send-off for, this playthrough. I felt it was, worth it. Shove these pills back in. Back there. Yeah. Just deposit all the things I most certainly am not going to use. $100 ammo, really? Really, game? Crafting mats for the iron. bullets there. Spare ammunition there. Bad not there. Foil water there. Sword and bullets. Crossbow. Crossbows, bolts. Tools. Wood. Nice. But yeah. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed this little adventure through Alpha 19 with me. Alpha 20 is around the corner, so there's really little reason to continue with this file, you know? I might come back to it just for fun. I might play it offline, but I think I can happily say that this one can be retired in preparation for the stable Alpha 20 to come out. But until then, as Alpha 27 Days to Die is currently in experimental and therefore buggy, I don't have desires to try and stream it until it's stable. So basically, this is the end of 7 Days to Die for a little while. But it's okay. Next week, I'll be returning to a different survival game, one that I'm pretty sure we're all very aware of. Minecraft.